With us, darling. Hey, Krista.
Hi.
Hi, darling. Good to see you.
Hello. Good seeing you too. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, because we're here every Wednesday. Crystal is throwing a little plug. We're here every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon. We're seeing you today, and we look forward to seeing you next week as well. Next week, we actually have a very good and crunchy topic, but we're going to introduce that.
Yes,
Crystal,
it
they're
is.
so full. You look like you're taking prenatals.
Thank you. I'm just minding my business and drinking my water. That's
Yes,
all. And it is actually growing like, girl.
it is. It's growing
Okay.
like
I'm like,
that looks great. It looks like a wig. It looks so good.
I actually get that a lot.
Yeah.
People have to ask, where you, I could ask, where'd you get my hair? My hair's from my mother. It's
Right.
all
She made
genetics.
you
I don't buy the hair.
your mother made you a nice wig, huh?
She did. It was
She's got
very.
right. Either way, right? And I'm obviously right. Wigs only mimic real hair, right? So yeah, it looks.
Mhm.
Crystal, that have you noticed that's like always the first compliment I give you? I must love your hair,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes. Thank you. So I'll make sure it looks some kind of something.
Oh, it looks
Trying to
so
get it redone soon, but so
yeah.
far it's holding
Right.
out.
It's telling us, it's giving us knowledge-based stories. It's telling us you're drinking your water, you minding your business, you're taking your
Hmm.
potatoes, right?
I am. I really am.
The word, right? All that.
Yes.
So, Crystal, tell us how you're doing, darling. Tell us how you took care of this week. Oh, Esther
Um,
on the line. Hi, Esther. Welcome.
Hi, Esther. This week I took care of myself by spending time with my family and my friends.
Mm,
On Sunday, I went to church with a good friend, had brunch with some more friends, and I met my parents for my little monthly pickup of groceries.
hmm
We had a nice little time. I saw my mom and my dad. They bought me some apples, apple donuts, some bread, all kinds of goodies. So I was like, yay.
No,
So that was pretty good. So seeing them, it really does fill me up because, working entrepreneur world, we by ourselves a lot. So really get a chance to meet my people. It does fill me up in a good space.
good. Well, you look good. Good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
apple cider's donuts, they hit, don't they?
Girl,
They're
I
so,
love them. And I
yeah.
have a whole dozen. I'm trying to eat them all. I'm trying to save them for a Friendsgiving on Sunday. Like, Crystal, no more. No more donuts. Put them in
Workers,
the corner. But they're so good.
yeah, they're good. All right, so let's see, darling. Whew, this was a good week, a busy week.
Hmm.
Lots of good, exciting stuff. One
Yes.
of the things, one of the things that was really, really great that I took care of myself is Shay Shay is not shy to ask for help. So,
Good.
yeah, so I have friends come over and just help me reorganize my house, get it situated, like put things in
Hmm.
place, and just be there to support me and my family. And that was just so wonderful. I am
Hmm.
a person that is not shy to ask for help. So, if
Hmm.
I need something, I do believe highly on seeking support from your community, and it really came through love that people have for us. So it's good to be loved.
Yes.
It's good to be loved. So
I
yeah, I had
love that.
a busy weekend, but it was really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Happy for you. Glad you had a great weekend.
Mhm.
Well, today's topic is kind of similar. I mean, talk about the soft life, which is kind
Yeah.
of a trend lately. Soft life, and what that means to have a true soft life, and how it's taken on a bit of a trend where it's like, oh, soft life, soft life.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says on on TikTok the trend is hard wig soft life
Oh,
because
not crazy pigs. Yeah, Des join us. Hey, Des, thanks for joining us. Welcome. Not hard wigs and some Lord Jesus.
yeah, because the wig may attract a certain type of lifestyle. But
Oh,
let's
that-
define first what soft life really means.
okay. It
Um,
it like
yeah,
pine. I mean the well you're gonna define it, but it always existed, but the term, right? So
yeah.
we're talking about both.
So I'll say soft life from my experience and brief research. It is like ease, it's alignment, it's living in peace, it's
Mhm.
nervous system protection, it's
Mm,
moving in intuition and less, not a fear. It's really like to me, a faith based. Like I trust God to prepare
mhm,
and provide and surrendering to the process. It's not it's like glamorizing the rest of like once you
mhm,
have healed, once you have made it to this level of, healing, you
mhm,
have this soft, sweet life where you wake up with the sun, you go to bed with the moon, and all these sweet things. And a part of that is, yeah, that's very soft. But the piece that I think is often not discussed is the what it isn't, or kind of
mhm.
what we become confused for, which is avoidance, emotional avoidance. So yeah, it's soft because I blocked everybody who didn't call me today. So that it's soft because I'm not engaging in these things, but you are also avoiding and numbing. Like, okay, it's soft because I haven't cried about so and so passing away, or I have numbed, or emotionally numbed to parts of my life.
Mhm.
And it's also like you're trying to protect yourself from feeling discomfort, but just
Okay.
actually feel anything. So that's kind of what I've inferred that it may mean soft life versus like just being emotionally avoidant and just avoiding all the emotions of life. But I'm
Mhm.
here, I'm floating through, I'm rested, but also, everybody that bothers me, I block them. I'm like, well,
Okay. So,
yeah, of course you're rested.
right. From my understanding of in the research that we've done, both, I mean, this is not a clinical term, so we want
Right.
that to
It's not
be clear.
clinical.
Yeah, this is
It's probably
right.
TikTok.
Right. This is a very like colloquialism. Oh, there's my little sister. Hi, welcome. And Khadijah's here. Hi, Deesh. Welcome. So this is like a two-part thing. And for those who are just joining us, we're talking about the soft life. The soft life,
Hmm.
what's happening clinically, what's happening culturally, historically, socially. So the term in and of itself would be considered like a colloquialism, right? Like it's something
Hmm.
used in modern culture, but the concept
Hmm.
of women particularly exist in the soft life. I guess other people can exist in soft life too. Men would be the
Yeah.
so I guess they can. I think that's like a different type of conversation. We might have to like, yeah, we could put that to the sideline, put that in our pockets right now.
Hmm.
So the concept of a soft life has always existed. And
Hmm.
I see it when I think about it from my research, from the way it's discussed socially, historically, culturally, things like that. And and even when I say socially, how younger people think of it compared to older people, particularly what
Hmm.
we're referring to. And we'll talk about it from a man's perspective too, but from our perspective, right? I think about it as operating in the fullness of femininity, and
Hmm.
femininity in the sense of not a sexual femininity, because I know a lot of times people are talking about femininity and it takes on this lean of like sexually and all that, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about God's original and beautiful design of what femininity looks like in its high form. And I love, Crystal, that you brought up the aspect of it being a healed version of self, because in our
Hmm.
form we are gods, right? The Bible says
Hmm.
that's literally God calls you a god. He's it's
Hmm.
OD but lowercase g. You are gods. We have divinity wrapped up in us. We should have dominion,
Hmm.
authority, just like any other God will have dominion and authority. And so God in and of itself is soft, right? God rests, God flows, God moves in a system, in a structure, in a strategy, right? But he flows. And so when you talked about, Crystal, the aspect of entering into a place of soft life, you talked about it's a flow. It's a surrender, right? It's a surrendering. And that's the beautiful aspect about it. I'm going to push us again. You said that so perfectly, Crystal. These are healed versions. You can enter soft life, sure, any way you choose. You could just be a person who says, I'm not going to buy food because I'm not going to struggle for money, and I'm not going to, or not everybody's struggling for money to buy food, but you can say, right, that you can forage your food. People forage their food. They go outside. There are people who you can cook pine cones, you can cook all kind of stuff, right? Like from the earth. You can do all kind of things. You don't have to soft life doesn't have to be this expensive lifestyle. You can enter the store
Hmm.
and decide that instead of paying for a car or a TV, You will, have the ability to rest more and work less. Like you can enter that state from lots of different places. And so I agree.
Mhm.
So when we talk about the soft life in its highest and purest form, that from a biblical perspective, that I would enter that space from a place of divinity. What
Mm.
for me? Now, soft life, I see as a state of being, but I
Mhm.
it as a place to enter, right? Like
Mm.
Garden of Eden. We should be, as believers of the Most High God, we should be eating from the fruit of the land. The land should serve us and we should serve it, right? It should be a reciprocal relationship. And then there are some seasons where the land don't serve you. You have to till the land,
Mhm.
and you ain't getting nothing from it. So
Mhm.
seasons you're gonna have to work, right? Like a lot of people who have entered this space, this mindset, physically, soft life, and the mentality of soft life, what they're not being honest, what you see online, and it can really affect people, is that people have entered that space after years of working, after they become CEOs or they become this and that, and now they can afford to enter that space. They weren't in that space before. So 20
Right.
years old talking about soft girl life, let's look at what that needs to look like for you in your season. I'm not against a 22-year-old intern soft girl life. For you. I'll be a biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for how you're building out your career, what you consider
Mhm.
soft girl life? And there are some places and times where, that's the lifestyle people want to create. They only want to do that. That's your business. I was
Yeah.
12 years old when I was between 12 and 15 when I bought a veil. I was at the thrift store. It was the Goodwill thrift store in Oakland, California on Broadway. So if you're from the Bay, on Broadway. It was, yeah, Broadway. Or was it Telegraph? I think it was Broadway. I was with my granny and I saw a beautiful satin veil with lace. And I was like, oh, I should buy this now because I'm gonna be a bride. I've always known that all I wanted to be
Wow.
was a mother and a bride. Well, bride first and mama. That was just a given.
That's
Everything else
funny.
was nice, but it was extra, right? It was
Mhm.
so I'm still that way, right? So I don't
Mhm.
that people can't project those things into their future and realize it. But I don't think what we see on social media is always honest about what that is. Oh, and
Yeah.
something from my little sister. She's saying something really great. Okay, sincerely share. XO, yeah. You want to read that, Crystal? Can you see it on your end? Unpopular opinion.
Oh yeah, it says feminism movement was truly detrimental to women truly being in their godly feminine nature and soft life, which is true. I agree with that too because they want
Mhm.
us to go to work, and I just it's not why I disagree, but also like it wasn't rooted for us anyways as black people. It was more so rooted in the white people feminism.
Right.
But that
It was,
is
it was
I agree with that.
white women mad at their white men. Didn't have nothing to do with us.
None of our business.
Right. None of our female empowerment, women empowerment, of course.
Yes.
And yeah, empowered people. We believe,
Hmm.
but you're absolutely right that didn't have nothing
Yeah.
spot on.
I do want to also bring in a point about like what the soft life portrays on social media and also what are signs that's actually avoidance and not soft life. Soft life really is restful. It's healthy boundaries. It's being emotionally present. When it is actually avoidance, your procrastination is disguised as, oh, I'm just not forcing it right now. I'm taking my time. But girl,
Mm-hmm.
it's due yesterday and you procrastinating. Or it's you withdrawing from chores or responsibilities because I'm
Mm-hmm.
protecting my peace. Or if you shut down when a conflict comes up because I don't want to be involved in drama. I'm protecting my peace. And it's like, girl, okay. Sometimes we have to be real with ourselves and like look in the mirror and like say, hey, this is like, although we want to be soft, because you can be soft, but also you have to be mature. And when problems happen, because problems do happen, we live as humans, problems are going to arise. We have conflict all the time. We can't just avoid it because it's hard or it's uncomfortable. Like the fear of failure is being disguised as protecting my peace, or I don't need therapy because I'm good. I'm soft, and but that's really you avoiding accountability because you don't want to hear nobody tell you about yourself. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm soft, a soft life because I have avoided and blocked out everything that doesn't help, that doesn't pour into me in that way. But what you're missing out on is just like growing and evolving more than softness. Because yes, you can still have a soft life and be healing, go on this journey. And it's always like this as a facade. Like, I think your friend said social media is such a facade. I hate it here. It's always not a facade. Some of it is a facade though, where it's like, let me portray pouring my coffee up, doing my journals, but let me not show the 10 missed calls that I didn't answer because I didn't want to talk about
Right,
my
right,
problems, or let me not show the bills I ain't paid because I have money because I ain't work because I'm living a soft life.
right.
Man, like some things you have to take care of yourself, and like, and sometimes it can root a little bit in trauma, because maybe you were traumatized by this one time, and then all of a sudden now, because of this trauma, you're conditioned to like, okay, now I know that these systems are not good for me, so I'm going to do these things this way. And you may become more avoidant, more hypervigilant, more like trying to survive in self
Mm,
care versus actually
yeah.
healing in self care. Like my self care is everybody blocked, so now I'm at peace. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all still alone. You're also
Yeah,
isolated, which is borderline depression.
right. And people aren't being honest about being lonely. And then I guess it begs the question, what do people owe us, right? As
Mm,
viewers and onlookers to their social media profiles or their business. So I think it's a delicate balance. And I guess
mm,
it also has to do with your ethics, right? Because I
mm,
work with women, it's very important, and because I'm concerned about young girls, particularly
mm,
black girls, in the appearance of social media and its detrimental effects. It's important to me
mm,
that, even if I'm like posting something, I'm not like trying to do this whole thing where every aspect of my life is perfect. It's not about you, it's not about the next, but I'm actually, my ethics revolve around young girls.
mm,
What is that? Those are my ethics. Somebody else might not have that ethical stance because they may say, "Well, I'm not a online influencer type person for the sake of young girls. That's not.
mm.
I'm trying to attract men. That's my social
Yeah,
media, right?"
that's
So
true too.
it's less about judging someone for
Hmm.
how they've chosen to engage their presence or how they've chosen to engage their life. It's more about who are you on this app,
Hmm.
media, online, as you talk about and describe different aspects of your life. Like when we're talking about soft life, are you trying to portray, like you said, Crystal, are you trying to portray, like, I live this soft life, I spent 30 minutes journaling this morning and having a matcha, and then, like you said, but you have 15 missed calls, and you're not returning and getting back to people, you don't have a real community. So then, yeah, something about that might be a bit unethical because you're selling something.
Hmm.
Right. But then I guess back to that point, do people owe other people authenticity even in their soft life era or even in their different eras? What do they
Nope.
owe?
You know about anything. You do what you want to do, honestly. but
Right, right.
but be mindful of what you put out there, because if you set intention, my page is to show the soft
Mhm.
life. Okay, show the. I think it is. I mean, ethically, I would love people to be ethical and online, but that's kind of a wish. That's a
Yeah.
wish. But it'd be nice if people could show their intentions behind their online presence and
Hmm.
show the reality of some things that come behind that, because that also draws in a more authentic audience. If you say, hey, here's how I even set up my camera to do this. I
Yes.
lay in bed first and get up and show y'all what I'm doing, because
Yeah.
just to show that, because it does help to kind of humanize people, and less of
Yeah.
like, I'm watching the show on TV because I know it's made up. Y'all acting. It's not real.
Hmm.
It's just a part of your life that looks good, but I know there's more to it. So I do want to, like, kind of a closing, like a reflection from today, is that the soft light doesn't mean that you avoid hard things. Like
Yeah.
it really is about to facing the hard things without abandoning yourself.
Yes.
Because the soft life can exist, and also a hard life can exist at the same time. It's duality
Right.
in that. You can actually have a quiet morning and a crazy afternoon and still go to bed peaceful.
That's
I do it every day. I'm a therapist. I see
that's
all the things, so it's like I have a soft life, but also I face the hard truths of my life sometimes, like, oh, here we go again. But
yeah.
I face them honestly, wholeheartedly, and fully, and
Yeah.
still hold on to my core values and my ethics and my morals and my
Yeah.
peace of mind and my boundaries to
Hmm.
protect me, so I can still have a soft life and a soft evening
Yeah.
and a soft morning. But every day
Yeah.
is not soft. Some days are hard. Some
Hmm.
days are really bad. Like today's a hard life, but tomorrow could be better.
That's so funny that you describe it like that. Sincerely, Shay also said, and that's why social media can't be your source, and that's where it becomes more spiritual than anything in
Hmm.
and discernment. Yes, and we have a responsibility. To your point as well, Crystal, we have people who do whatever they want, but we ourselves have to stay spiritual. And as clinicians, when we're supporting people, it's important that we're also teaching our clients to stay spiritual in the sense of like, it's not about everything online is fake. Well, sure, that's not like a new concept. Image and media relations and how people portray themselves, even if it wasn't online, has always
Hmm.
been a part of marketing, media. Like that's not a new
Hmm.
concept, right? But we ourselves have to stay spiritual and have discernment. That's
Hmm.
not somebody else's responsibility to protect your eye gate, your ear gate. It's ours. And even as we think about, so that's the case for the therapy seeker, but from the standpoint of a therapist, when we're talking about, when clients are talking about soft girl life or soft life, really challenge their notions of what that means. You don't have to
Hmm.
agree with that aspect of their life because that's not a problem in clinical work, of course. But
Hmm.
the client and ask them what they mean because they might be holding their life to a certain standard that is not,
Hmm.
that they might not have access, resources, connections, and all the things necessary to create that life. And then they may be judging themselves based on that standard that's not real for them. Right.
Hmm.
So I do have, I have worked with people in different capacities. I won't say clients or to which, but I've worked with people in different capacities and they are trying to enter that stage. And when they don't get it, they do perceive it to be the case that something must be wrong with me. Or if I can't, I have a man who spins on me like this man does, or this happens like this. Yeah, there's pressure. There's
Hmm.
a lot of pressure. And even this component of like, well, back in the day when, our mothers didn't work, black women sadly have always had to work. That is actually not real. Sometimes black women were able to a job before black men.
Yep.
And that was because we can do indenture. We could do household maid work,
Hmm.
cooking, caregiving, children rearing, stuff like that. So
Yep. I always
that,
had a job.
yeah, we've always had to work. Well, at least within the confines of this country and probably parts of the Caribbean, things like that. We've
Hmm.
kind of always been the notion. Now, obviously, we go back maybe 300, 400 years ago. Probably not. Things are maybe a little different, different
Yeah.
societies, cultures and tribal groups and things like that existed. But, and I'm not saying that just to discourage people or to think, well, we've always worked, you sure. I'm actually saying the complete opposite, which is why
Hmm.
that people are entering into a different state mentally and physically. I'm looking
Hmm.
to see more people get rest and
Yeah.
heal, slow down. But I agree with you, Crystal, that they're not at odds. You being soft, I like the aspect of soft life being more of a mentality
Hmm.
than even a physical place to enter into.
Hmm. I think there's a bit of a gray area between the two because sometimes rest is avoidance
Mhm.
and it's okay. Like sometimes you
Yeah.
need to sit down somewhere and actually rest so you
Hmm.
can address the issue in a healthier space. Like there's no like one side is right, one side is wrong. It's just our experiences of it. So if you have a client or if you're a therapist trying to create the soft life for yourself, create it. There's room for it. It's just be honest with yourself when you're
Yeah.
creating it. Make sure that you're also honoring yourself and honoring your boundaries, your community, and the world you're in without blocking everybody out to
Hmm. Hmm.
create the soft, quiet life where no one calls you. It's like, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Don't you want people? Well, never mind.
Yeah.
People are different, but still, peace is
Yeah.
different from everybody else.
To your point of being honest while you're creating it, are you creating it to keep up? Like I like the work that I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I could do other things. There are other things that I would have been like a florist or something like this, cafe owner. There's other things that I would have loved. Definitely business, media, marketing, stuff like that. I would have loved. But I like what I do. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
myself as a person who doesn't have soft girl life because I go to work. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree, Crystal. It has to be also be defined by the intent.
Mm-hmm.
I consider this a bit of a soft life because I don't get up, I live in New York. I don't hustle and bustle. I have to get on the train. I don't have to like if I want to go to the store and I want to buy something, I could buy it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I can get extra guac at Chipotle if I want it. Like it's not
Yeah.
more of the mentality. But
Mm-hmm.
back to your point, helping clients define it and what it looks like for them is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very good friend who's amazing at the gym. Like that's part of her life. She don't go to the gym. She has like literally bought me workout programs. You know who you right? If she don't go to the gym, it's like that's a hard life that she can't have access to the gym. And for me, I'm like, oh, the days that I don't have to go to the gym, right? And I'm blessed to have the activity in my limbs, right? I'm probably gonna do something at my house, do a little bit more in my house to create an online gym, right? Now we're in
Mm-hmm.
areas of life, but I don't consider that soft, honey, at all.
Mm-mm.
Right? And I work out. I lift. I lift heavy. I'm all about my weightlifting. Y'all
Yeah.
see me on a Romanian on my deadlifts. My numbers are high. I'm in triple digits for my deadlifts, right?
Okay,
So
girl.
it's only going up.
Yes.
But it ain't soft, Crystal. I'm like, oh, let me I'll be having to prepare my mind for it. I'm gonna spend 50 minutes to get this deadlift done, this set done, right? But I do it, right? So you
Yeah.
define what that needs to look like for you and not let other people do that. And above
Mhm.
all, if you don't want to get on like, the cutesy little newest lingo and terms, just live a God life. Like forget everything.
Amen.
Just live a divine life.
Hmm. Amen. Amen to that. Live a God lived life. And
Hmm.
that will include some peace.
Okay,
That will
that's
include some rest.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Crystal, it's good to see you, darling.
Good seeing you too, love.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We have some new folks too, so that's exciting. We will see you next week on
Yes, see you
Wednesday.
next week at 12. All right.
Bye.
Bye.